Today, the eyes of the world must be focused on this gathering. But can we honestly say that the people of the world still believe in the promise of a better future as they look upon us here? I have serious doubts, and that is something we must all confront under this roof, the very roof of the United Nations. We must have the courage to admit that lately our actions have too often fallen far short of the expectations of the people we claim to serve. Time and again, the UN has failed to meet the hopes of we, the peoples, and fear for the future continues to grow everywhere, in the East, the West, the North and the South, as crisis after crisis cascades upon us. These crises have shattered common ground, divided us further, and yet, even amid disruption, we have consistently squandered the opportunities each crisis has presented for meaningful change. So how do we begin to rebuild the trust that has eroded? How do we prove that multilateralism is not just a hollow word, but a force that can truly tackle both the immediate and emerging challenges of the time? How do we demonstrate that our collective power is not just far greater than the fragmented, disjointed efforts and sometimes destructive actions of individual nations, but is our one and only remedy to save humanity from collapsing under our watch? How do we inspire instead of demoralize the ordinary people whose lives are torn apart daily by the reckless actions of both large and small powers across the globe, including in Europe, where a new war is questioning not just everything we once thought unquestionable, but even the very existence of our humanity in the face of openly insane threats of nuclear weapon use? Frankly, I do not have all the answers, if any. But one thing is clear: while the world has changed dramatically since the United Nations was founded nearly 8 decades ago and seems to have lost any common sense, this institution remains irreplaceable. This is where we must begin, where we must strive with great effort to regain the sense of togetherness that has been lost. We stand at the brink of immense danger, and no one is safe, regardless of geographic position, size, wealth, or might, regardless of political or social systems. Our challenges are deeply interconnected, and if we do not tackle them through a reinvigorated multilateralism, we will fail altogether. Multilateralism is not a choice, it is an urgent necessity. The problems we face today, whether the result of our own actions or inactions, demand a collective response. They are too extreme, too global, to be addressed through isolated effort or let alone confrontational actions. Albania fully endorses the Pact for the Future and all its commitments. But let me stress, commitments alone are far from enough, more so than ever. They must be fulfilled. Albania may be a small nation, but we have given the world good examples of standing up for our shared humanity. During World War II, Albania became the only country in Europe to have more Jews after the war than before. The Jewish community in Albania grew 20-fold during the Holocaust, thanks to both Muslim and Christian families protecting them from the Nazis. More recently, after the devastating fall of Kabul to the Taliban 3 years ago, we sheltered several thousand Afghans who otherwise would have ended up in the 9th circle of hell, dead, jailed, or blinded forever. Albania also gave the world its newest saint, Mother Teresa, whose life embodied a love for humanity. She reminded us that not all of us can do great things, but we can do small things with great love. This is the principle Albania stands for. This is what we strive to live by. And this is our source of inspiration in supporting the transformation of our Muslim Bektashi Order World Center in a sovereign state within our capital Tirana as a new center of moderation, tolerance, and peaceful coexistence. Thank you all.
I thank the Prime Minister of the Republic of Albania.